And my first topic would be studying animals in a scientific and in an artistic way. I don't know who wants to start. Who wants to start telling a little bit about what you do, how you study animals, where you study them, and what knowledge you're after?
When we enter into the world of the three-dimensional spider, the one which are much more complex, there was not even a machine who will be able to scan and try to understand, to measure all of that. We went to the MRI, to all type of more medical instrument that exists in the world, and nobody could scan that. You cannot do a micro CT scan because the emerging property of the web is much more larger. And I mean, we invented a machine that with a laser we could take with a photogrammetry institute in Technical University in Darmstadt. We managed to reconstruct this complex geometry. And based on this, then it started a little bit of conversation with Alex Jordan and Max Planck Institute. That we say, okay, no, you have a method from one side to observe intensively the spiders. You have a method also that we develop on scanning and trying to understand the vibration of the web. And then from there, you know, with Alex a little bit started the conversation on the group animal behavior.
The difficulty comes in the fact that there are so many ways that we as animals interact with one another and influence one another's behaviors. And drawing lines, as a scientist, which is what I am, drawing lines and quantifying those effects can be incredibly challenging because they occur between so many different individuals, they occur in so many different ways. That led me to Thomas, really, because there was one person, one group in the world that was really trying to understand the structure of these webs in the detail that was needed for me to ask these scientific questions. And it just so happened that it was an artist, and that was a very nice thing, because then we got in touch and we started to realize, I think, that we're asking the same question in very different ways. How are these things connected? What's the meaning of that connection? So what's happening here is we have these fish. These are this is data from wild fish in the lake. And they change color based on the behavioral state that this artificial intelligence algorithm tells us that they're in. But to you and I, it probably just looks like these fish are swimming around. But what it's generally telling us is that there's information about the behavior of these animals that we as humans are not seeing, but the machine is seeing.
So there's quite a hype at the moment with machine learning becoming more and more potent, and big companies like Google and so producing even more examples of what you can do with machine learning. But there's the interesting question of how or where exactly artificial intelligence is right now, and many people have maybe not that much of an intuitive idea of what artificial intelligence is at this moment, and you said so yourself. And what many people don't know is that these amazing machine learning techniques that Google are developing and so on, they are at the moment mostly really, really fancy statistical systems. They are not living organisms, they are not thinking organisms. They basically, you feed them with a certain amount of data and you tell them this is what you want to get as an output. Like honeybee colony, in a certain sense, does act like a single animal. It has like one purpose. It needs to collect food, it needs to be safe, and so on. And there's no central organization in the honeybee colony. So what we try to figure out is how this kind of emergent behavior comes around, like from all these actions and interactions. So you have like thousands of animals doing stuff without any central coordination, and still in the end you have like one colony that does one thing really good, really well.
My subject is now to watch my spider. I always say it's my spider because it is a new spider. I discovered the spider 10 years ago in the desert.
It even bears your name, I think, right?
Yeah, I come to the name. Yes, I get the name. I discovered the spider 10 years ago in a small desert called Argentinean at the edge of the Sahara. And at the first moment, here the arachnologists in Germany, they thought it is not a new spider. Yes, it's very exciting that the spider can do both, walking with the 8 feet and rolling using 3 pairs of the feet to form a wheel. And the 4th pair of feet, that is, or legs, that is used for rolling. Of course, this movement is much faster and energy saving than if the spider is walking with the 8 feet. Here you see the folding of the robot to the wheel. And now it's rolling.